So you have student loans, but you want to buy a house. What do? Let's get started. Okay, so for those who don't know, one of my more popular articles and whatnot was I had student loans when I bought my first place. And it actually was the best decision to buy instead of paying off those loans. That's a whole nother conversation. But also keep in mind, that was also 7 years ago, right? Home prices were different, interest rates were different. I had some student loans, but there's people who have tens of thousands of dollars, but you really want to buy. So what are your options? Well, you have a couple. One is you can refinance your student loans. See if you can get those payments down lower than what they were before, right? Because if you have a certain loan amount, sometimes you can. The other thing is to really understand what's called your debt to income ratio, which I've talked about before, but you take your total monthly income and you take your debt, and there's going to be a percentage there. And a lender will only lend up to a certain percentage, right? So if you make $1,000 a month, most lenders really don't want you having more than $430 worth of debt, and that includes your house payments, property taxes, insurance, HOA, all that stuff. So if you really understand that, instead of paying off the student loans, it might make more sense to pay something else off. Maybe you have a car payment that's actually a higher monthly payment, but it's a smaller balance. So pay off the car instead of the student loans, and you actually might get further along. The other thing to think about is FHA loans. I did an FHA 203K loan, which is a construction loan. But with the Federal Housing Administration loan, which is basically the government is insuring the loan for those big banks, Guaranteed Rate, Wells Fargo, whatever, but they'll actually allow you to have more debt than what a typical conventional loan would do. So it gives you a little bit more flexibility. Now, if you're looking to buy a condo or a townhouse, most complexes have to be FHA approved. But you can do what's called a spot approval, meaning the lender can look at the finances, can look at a big picture for the complex and say, look, we're not approving the complex, but this specific unit is approved. So you do have some options, you just have to get creative. I'm not a financial advisor or a tax advisor, but I'm happy to talk to you about it. You guys have an amazing rest of your day. I'll talk to you next week.